Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I want to welcome you to the Transformational Soul. Hello to all of you who are watching on Rumble as well. If you're here for the first time, welcome. We have an amazing spiritual family here. I think you will find a wonderful spiritual home here. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much and welcome back. Hello, Sarah. How are you? So nice to see you. How's everybody doing out there this week? We still got lots of energy. And today I didn't even realize this until this morning, but today is the full moon. So we have that full moon energy on top of this 2 portal, this energy portal that we've been talking about. And I just want to remind you, this is a great time to put out those intentions and to manifest. That energy portal that we've talked about is going to be closing on 2/22, which is Tuesday. So you want to, get those crystal clear intentions, get that mindset, and manifest what you want into your life. As you all can see, look at my beautiful necklace here. Last week I was talking about the magnitude jewelry that Tiffany was having a jewelry party. This is it. And it's so cool because, like a lot of times when you buy things, online and you haven't seen them, you'll get them and they'll be like flimsy or whatever. No, this stuff is amazing. And these two pieces on here are actually magnets and they're interchangeable. So like you can take it off. And so I got some other ones, but I wanted to wear this one today. I love this. But you guys should check it out. And I want to tell you a really good story about something that I manifested this week. When I placed my order for the magnitude jewelry, there was, it was this whole big group and they were doing giveaways and they had, you had to sign or post something on one of their posts in order to be entered into a drawing for a chain. So when I placed my order, that little voice said, you don't need to order a chain. I put my intention out there. And as I was posting my comment, I just knew, that sense of knowing, which is wonderful, that it would be mine. And they did the drawing, I believe it was this Monday, and I won the chain. So I manifested that and manifested it very quickly. So, you use that as an example if you want, or maybe an inspiration to manifest some things in your life. Because now with all of this energy, it is going very quickly. I also want to let you know, and for those of you who don't, Goldylocks Productions has an online store where you can go and buy merchandise. I got this really awesome mug that I think I showed you guys before. And it says, I am growing with the flow. It's pretty sweet. But they've got lots of like shirts and tote bags and sweatshirts and hoodies and all kinds of things where you can pick what saying or picture you want on it. And then they'll make it and send it to you. So it's pretty sweet. Hello, Heather. So nice to see you. So you can check that out. Melissa Parks has her own online store as well. So you guys check those out because it's pretty cool. Let's see. We were talking about the full moon. So I have a really huge surprise. I just confirmed this yesterday, but on March 2nd, in only 2 weeks, Laura Romero is going to be my special guest. Now, our regular viewers will remember Laura from the Angels and Healing Light show. She is an amazing healer, angel card reader. She's very tuned into the angelic realm. She'll be here to tell us what's been going on with her and to give some beautiful messages from the angels. So I'm really excited about that. I had a really nice conversation with her yesterday, and I realized that if I miss her, I'm sure you guys do too. So I'm really grateful that she agreed to come on the show. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now, before the show, I pulled some cards, and it's really kind of funny because this is the first thing, one of the first things I talked about today. Crystal clear intentions. Because this is that time. This is the energy that's swirling around us now, and plus the full moon. Um, set those intentions. We need to do this, and you can manifest so quickly right now. But we also need to have patience, right? Because sometimes different goals we may have for ourselves or different things that are going on, we sometimes feel like we don't have the patience to wait on things, but we need to remember to do that. And that's very important. And they also want to remind you to love and accept yourself. I have been having so many things come up this week from, maybe myself and different people reminding us how important self-love is. And, if you can't love yourself in that unconditional way, how are you going to, in turn, love someone else? Hello, Stony. Nice to see you. So today, we have our special Words of Wisdom volunteer. The Words of Wisdom segment is the segment, it gives you the opportunity to come live with me and tell your story. It gives you the opportunity to own your story. Your story is going to inspire and motivate somebody else. Kim Smith, some of you may know her as Sugar Magnolia. She has taken a giant leap outside of her comfort zone to come here today to be with us. So let's welcome Kim Smith. Well, we will see where she is in just a moment. Tiffany, if you're there, we're ready for the words of wisdom. Hello, Kim. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes. Perfect. So I'm so proud of you for coming here today and, putting your story out there.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. So what would you like us to know? How has your journey been? You share with us whatever you feel moved to share with us.
Well, I was raised in junior achievement, so I've always been more of an entrepreneur. And I recently sold my business in Lake Tahoe where I did property management and house cleaning for the past 20 plus years.
Oh, that's a long time.
It was, and it's very physically taxing work. So during that time, I had developed arthritis in my hands and things like that. So in 2012, I actually went to Oaksterdam, which is a college that teaches you how to process cannabis and make products with it. And that's where I started making my cream, which is technically an 8,000-year-old recipe. It was originally used in China back from the emperors, and it was called the holy oil. And I just noticed that it really helped my hands, and in living in Tahoe, the dry, cold climate, I used it everywhere. And then a friend of mine worked with hospice, and I started making enough so that she could take it into the hospice and give it to the folks who had PICC lines and things like that. And it just helped it seemed to help everybody and everything. And I started using it on the animals. And then when the COVID hit, I kind of, just thought that it would be something nice to take that to the next level and take it from a hobby and take it to a business, because I had a little more time on my hands. And
oh, yeah.
So I have been learning a lot because I really never had to market my other business. And this business, I'm learning a lot as far as how to work a website and do that designing. And I'm learning about labels and marketing and signage and trying to just get the word out there. And my goal is to travel to music
Mhm,
festivals and fun fairs and events and things like that and sell this as a vendor
mhm.
so that it will not only allow me to travel because I live full time in my fifth wheel now, but it'll help me create an income. And I'm a little young for retirement, so I'm not gonna get any Social Security for another 10 or 15 years, so
Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful. So I did see on Facebook that you did a vendor event recently. How did that go?
it went well. I definitely had enough sales to cover the event and my cost to get there and everything. It was a more of a children's event, so
Mhm.
I learned that, just because they had room for me doesn't necessarily mean that I need to go there.
Ah, I see.
So my next this next weekend, I'm going back to the same venue, but it's a pet palooza. So I
Oh,
think that this product works really well on my dog. She's currently 18 years old,
wow.
and I put it on her paws every night, and she literally begs for it. And you wouldn't know that she's 18 years old. Everybody's like, "There's no way that dog's that old." So she runs around like a crazy girl all the time. And
Yeah.
I've had her for about a year and a half now, and when I first got her, she definitely had a lot of pain, and she was older and not as active, and her fur was not as healthy as it is now, so I really
Mhm.
feel like that it's been very helpful with that.
That's awesome. So, do you what is your reason for wanting to travel? Is it just to see different places? Is it to meet different people? I mean, what is your, biggest thing behind that?
Well, for being stuck in Tahoe, which is not a horrible place to be stuck, I was able to meet all these wonderful people from all around the world, and I collected names and addresses, so now it's time for me to go see them.
Ah, there you
And
go.
I definitely have a bucket list. I wanna go to all the national parks, and I wanna go to all the baseball stadiums, and I wanna go just to see all the things that, you know, I lost my mom about 28 years ago,
Oh,
and there were so many things that she wanted to do, so I'm kinda traveling for her as well. So I
that's
pick up
beautiful.
rocks now when I go hiking or do something fun. I pick up a rock, for her in memory of her.
That's wonderful. Are you still in Sedona?
I am in Sedona. I had this set up tonight to where I could show you the mountains, and then all of a sudden it came in and started raining. It's only rained
Oh,
twice since I've been here in a month and a half, but I was hoping to get to show off the beautiful red rocks and the sunset that I normally get here.
oh yeah.
I'm currently staying at the Elks Lodge, which they're so nice. I get to park in the back, and I'm just doing handiwork and things like that for them around
Yeah.
here. So
Well,
that
that's
allows me to live for free currently.
wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like how have you like in Sedona now? I know because I know what Sedona is like. I lived there for about 7 months many years ago. But how do you find the energy?
I'm living in a vortex at the airport. I live on Airport Road, so you're familiar with that, and it's
Hmm.
one of the easiest vortexes to get to. And I started my healing journey here about 3 years ago, and that was when the gentleman who took my mom's life was getting paroled, and I had to make a decision, and I decided to forgive him. But I came here for the healing energy, and I literally cried for about 4 weeks.
Mm.
Uh,
Well, you were
and
purging a lot
so
through
when
that.
I left Tahoe, I felt like I needed to come back down here to finish healing. This
Hmm.
past year, I also went through a pretty difficult divorce after being with somebody for 23 years, and so it's just a lot of finalization in my life and closure and healing, and it's like an onion. You just have to, as the
Hmm.
layers come up, you just have to deal with them, and it gets better every day. And I just love the support, and everybody here is just so amazing and
Yeah,
kind and welcoming to me. So I've got some really great friends here, and
awesome.
So I like that, and I've been hiking a lot and meeting great people who stop in the RV park who are also travelers. So it's fun. I really enjoy it here.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you think you'll stay?
I think I'm gonna stay for about a year, but other than that, I don't think I'm gonna stay much longer than that. I think that that'll give me time to get my business up and going, and it'll give
Hmm.
me time because I've applied to some of the larger events like Coachella and Bonnaroo and other big festivals, and you have to have experience, not just the yard sale in Linnell's yard
Yeah.
before they'll let you come be a vendor. So I have to get my feet wet, which last week I learned a lot too. I need better signage and I need, things to get people over to my booth because once I
Mhm.
start talking to them about my product and I give them a little bit, they all seem to want to buy it, but I have to give them a reason to come over and talk to me.
Right. I understand that. Yeah. Um, so how is this like figured into, I mean, it sounds like a lot of things have happened to you in the last couple of years. So as you're healing these things, do you feel it completely changing you? Do you feel your energy changing from healing?
Absolutely. When I was younger, I knew that I had different abilities. I definitely have some very high empathic capabilities. Like when I was at Ellis Island visiting, I just couldn't help but cry. And when I was in Hawaii at Pearl Harbor, I was just sobbing because I felt all of the pain and the death and the tragedy that happened. And when I was younger, I didn't like to hug people because I would get flashes of things that had happened to them in their lives, and I can certainly tell if somebody's lying to me. And
Hmm.
so I really enjoy going to like haunted houses and things now and doing like ghost hunting. And I think that I would really like to add that into my fun things to do is maybe start my own YouTube show when I go and check these things out. And um, I would meet people and for some reason I would just say random things to them and they're like, "Oh, my grandfather used to say that all the time." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, he's probably here with us." And I'm just kind of confirming that. But I didn't realize those things. I had never been formally educated. So when I
Hmm.
moved back to Reno, Linnell was going to the Reno Psychic Center, and I started taking healing classes with her and doing energy work. And I'm, learning the vocabulary of what I had actually experienced. And I was learning how to protect myself when I go into large crowds. Now I'm not overwhelmed and I understand now that I need to protect myself. And then when I do come home, I sage or I smudge and I kind of
Hmm.
cleanse the energy that I may have accidentally picked up when I was out. Um, so it's something that I'm still learning how to deal with, but baby steps.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is because I quit drinking, and when I quit drinking, then my dreams they came back to me, and I stopped wanting to be numb. I wanted to be able to feel so that I could heal.
Hmm.
And that was really big because that was really hard. And I've been eating better. I've cut sugar out of my diet. And the lighter that I get and the better that I eat, the higher I feel like my frequency is moving. And I really have learned so much with Goldylocks and all of the different shows. I
Hmm.
watch you guys religiously. If there were only like 2 more shows a week, I would have you booked every single night. But, I love all the things that you do, and it makes me realize that, I'm not crazy because so many
Hmm.
people in my life had told me that I was crazy before because I grew up in a really religious family, and, uh, and that took a lot of therapy and just to realize that I'm not crazy, that these are gifts that I've been given, and I need to accept them and learn how to deal with them and share them with
Right.
everybody else now. So
So you felt like this though when you were younger too, right?
I did, and one of my grandmothers went to church every time the door opened, and the other grandmother would have Ouija boards and seances and invite psychics over to the house and stuff like that. So I definitely had both sides of that. Um, and when I was really young, my grandmother told me that we were going down the road, and I told her that I had died in a car accident at the red light at some point in time. So, I always knew that I was an old soul. And
Hmm.
people have told me that forever, but I didn't necessarily know what that meant until recently. And it's a process of learning, and I wish that I had been taught sooner, to be
Right.
honest. I wish that it would have been more accepted.
Yeah, I agree with that. It is a lot more now, though. You
It
know.
is, but in the
But,
past 5 or
yeah.
10 years more than ever before, which is
Mhm.
wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Now, when you were a child, being empathic, I mean, how did that affect you, like going to school? Because I'm sure you felt everything from everybody. Did that like change your mood and behavior when you got home? Because I've seen that in some of my grandchildren.
Absolutely. And I think that my mom understood it more than she told me or explained to me, because she realized that some days that I just couldn't go to school because it was just too much energy, and
Mhm.
I would always try to sit in the back of the class, and I just tried to avoid as many people and places, and I was kind of a loner, and it was just easier that way.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so grateful that things have changed and turned around.
Me
You know.
too. It's
Yeah.
really nice to not be. I definitely was more of the outcast or the black sheep of my family, but that's changing now. My sister has also recently gotten into the tarot cards, and my nephew is very gifted. So I think that my mom talks to my nephew often, and my
Oh,
sister is not. She's not pushing those feelings and thoughts down. She's actually encouraging him with that.
yeah. That's wonderful.
It
Because a
really
lot of
is.
times parents don't. They do the opposite. They
They
tell their
do.
kids, "No, you're imagining that," or
Yeah. They
and then
they want me
then
to
as a
fit in.
right, and then as a child, you kind of shut it off
Yes.
and
And
pretend
I
it doesn't
definitely
exist.
shut it off more than I should have.
Yeah, because it's not something you could talk about when you were young.
Right.
Yeah. Let me get to some comments here. Sarah, Super Space Cookie said, "Woohoo, Kim. So excited to see you and hear your story." And Carol Cox says, "Hello, everybody." Um, Sarah said, "Oh, that's so sweet, Kim. Lots of love and hugs." And Stony says, "This is fantastic. Thank you for sharing it." Oh, that gave me chills. We've got lots of people here. Hello, Robin. Robin from Cosmic Soul Food is here. Joyce, hello. Hi, Linnell. Who else we got?
I owe so
Stony.
much to Linnell.
You do.
I sure do. She helped
Oh,
me find the Reno Psychic Center. She helped me find you guys. She's definitely been a big part of my learning process and my healing in the past 2 years.
that is wonderful. Wonderful. So, what else would you like us to know about you, Kim?
I just got a new tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can show it off. This whole reverse thing is tricky. Robin, I understand now. Holy crap.
I kind of saw part of it.
Yeah, but how do I twist my arm that way?
I don't know. You might have to move back and just show your arm. There you go, kind of.
Uh,
Oh, that, yep, I see it. Oh, that's
there.
beautiful. I love it.
It's the infinity with hearts, and I got the different colors for my heart chakras so that I can remind myself to stay balanced and to love myself
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you meditate?
every day.
Do you?
And I
Do you?
wake up and I try to be grateful for everything in the morning, kind of when I'm half asleep. And I've been journaling my dreams now for at least the past 8 months, and that's pretty
Wonderful.
amazing
Wow. So do
how
you
that
have
works.
very vivid dreams?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I don't like them, I've learned how to go in and change them, which is really cool. That's something new that I've just learned recently.
That is really cool. That is awesome. Let's see. Yep, Linnell says we are expanding. We wait, where is she? We for sure have been expanding together. That's wonderful. It's great when you can share that experience of healing and growth and expansion with someone else.
It really is.
That's really nice. Really nice.
She's
So
way ahead of me.
we can't compare our path to someone else's, Kim. Come on.
There's no comparison. She's just completed a lot more classes at the Psychic Center.
Hmm. Do you still? Oh, you don't still attend there because you're not in Reno, right?
No.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's lots of stuff that going on in Sedona, though.
Oh, absolutely. I'm doing a women's retreat this weekend, and
nice.
I'm doing a drum circle later this evening for the full moon. So
Wow, that's wonderful. What's the weather like there now? Is it kind of warm?
it has been until this morning. It clouded over and it's raining currently.
Oh, it's so funny. When I was there, we did never had rain until July. It was like July 4th, I want to say. And it would cloud up, and the clouds are really dark and black. And then it would rain like pretty much the same time every day. And the first time it rained, people were coming out of stores and standing there looking at it like gold was falling from the sky. It was the funniest thing I ever saw.
I'm happy because yesterday it was windy and there's something blooming here that I'm still allergic to, and it was driving me crazy. So the rain is very welcome. And I think that there's a super bloom going on right now in Death Valley. So I hope that the flowers bloom here soon.
Yeah. Yeah. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a great question. I would like to do more healing. I would like to be more comfortable with that. Right now, I feel like it just takes so much of my energy. I've done it a few nights at the Reno Psychic Center on Tuesday nights. They used to offer free healings.
Mm-hmm.
But I still need to learn more about blocking myself. I tend to close my eyes and go too deep, and so I have to just practice and get my routine down better and learn how to protect myself in my bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoy that, and I would like to work more with children because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see them shut down their abilities before and have to go through the undoing and the unlearning or the unbrainwashing, whatever you want to
Right.
call it.
Right.
So, I really like that's the part of the reason I love working with my cream is because it's a starting point to talk to people about.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like I would like to do more with some native shamans here and more with just the herbal remedies because I really think that we need to cut the pharmaceuticals out of our lives, that's what's
Mm-hmm.
killing us. And we need to address our healing with nutrition and even
Live a
here at
more
the Elks
natural life.
Lodge, they're going to allow me to start interviewing the older folks because I always ask people when I'm out to dinner or just meet them, what would you tell your 50-year-old self? And I'm talking to these people who are like, 90 years old. And so I got 40 years in front of me. What would you do different? And I get some great responses. So, that would be something else to to interview and put them on YouTube and help
Yeah,
people
that
learn
would
from their
be.
mistakes because we're
Yeah.
really missing out on a whole generation of their knowledge and their lessons. And so
Mm-hmm.
I would
Linnell
like to
says it's
bridge that gap.
yeah. Linnell says it's the best cream ever.
That's so good to hear.
And I can say, I was very grateful you sent me some samples. It is amazing. It's just amazing stuff. For those people who might not know, we want to tell them the name of your company and how they can find you.
It's Compassionate Body Delights on Facebook. cbdelights.com is my store. And basically, I use the hemp plant, and it's a slow, warm process. And I use beeswax as my base, and then I use a blend of organic, edible grade oils, and I blend those all together. So there's sunflower oil for its high vitamin E content, and there's olive oil, and there's argan oil, and hemp oil. And hemp oil, recently, the Oregon State University just released a study that says that it binds with the receptors that actually help block viruses from entering the body. So if you use it on your hands on a regular basis when you go out into public, then you technically it's like putting a layer of protection on when you touch things. You're
Oh,
not
that's
able to
wonderful.
pick up the viruses as easy. So not only does it help you with your skin and psoriasis and all of that good stuff, but it adds that pain killing layer too. If you have bad joints like your knees or arthritis in your hands, or if you've hurt your neck or whatever in the past, or your shoulder, whatever, you can put it anywhere. Put it on the bottom of your feet at night before you go to bed, and your feet are nice and soft. And there's just so many nerve endings on the bottom of your feet that it works with your endocrinal system. And that system is just as complicated as the nervous system, but it's never been studied. So I really feel like that cannabis and hemp are the wave of the future. I really feel that that is something now that we're starting to accept it, that people, if they give it a chance, that they'll really notice the benefits.
Tiffany says, put it in your belly button too.
Oh, absolutely. I put some on my hair tonight to make it lay down and look nice too.
Well, it looks beautiful. So do you make it every batch yourself?
Yeah, I make every batch in a small batch. I make about 4 gallons at a time. And I use the natural essential oils for different fragrances. So some of my blends have tea tree, which is really nice for keeping the bugs away. And then I do a lavender vanilla, what I call sweet dreams, because if you put that on at night, it's a very nice effect for calming. And that's really good also for children who are hyperactive. Um, and then I have some more manly fragrances like cedar, which smells really nice. If if you've got the man in your life who just like, I don't want to smell like the fruity lamandrin or the vanilla lavender. So, that's the only difference in the recipe, is the difference in the essential oils. And I do use the doTERRA just because it's a really high grade quality for that as well.
That is wonderful. So
And my dog eats it, so technically it's edible. So if you put it on your feet and your dog licks it off, it's not a big deal.
Oh, now do you use the scented ones for the dog, or is it unscented?
She really likes the vanilla lavender.
Oh, I can understand why.
I don't really have any unscented ones, because the unscented with the it just is kind of, it smells like plant. I mean, I guess it's okay. I've only had a few people who like it, and I do make one with aloe, and that one's probably the least fragrance one, but it smells more like the marijuana plant. So unless you just want to walk around smelling like that all day long, I try to hide it.
I understand. How long ago did you start this company?
I started making this cream in 2012.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
And then I just recently, the past 2 years, started working on my packaging. And my first jars were plastic, and that didn't work, because then I put the hot oils in there and they would distort in their on the sides and stuff. And then I'm working now on some better labels, because my other labels would slide off from the oils. And I'm going to get my next batch of jars are going to be glass, and I'm going to get the label etched on it so it doesn't leave.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's just, it's a learning process. I didn't think about these things until they were a problem. I'm kind of in uncharted territory.
Do you do a lot of marketing online?
I'm trying, but Facebook and like Etsy doesn't allow me to sell because they consider it a drug. And I really have to, that's part of the reason my name is so long, is to do the CBD. I just kind of incorporated it in the name, because there's a big gray area for Facebook. So I'm working on, how I can get it out there without, like LinkedIn is great because they don't care. But there's definitely some limitations still until all the states go legal, because it's technically it's 50 state legal, because it's just the hemp oil. But at the same time, I'm not really allowed to advertise in many venues.
I see. But now with you, going out and vendoring, and people buy your stuff and like it, it's going to be a lot of word of mouth too.
I hope so. I really hope so, because here in Arizona, like 90% of my clientele are traveling from out of state. At the venue that I'm at, it's really all about the tourism in Scottsdale and things like that. And so spring break's going to start now, and then everybody's going to be down here for baseball, and this place is just wide open. It's great. You know, nobody really cares, and
Yeah.
we're at an outdoor venue, so it's not like a big deal.
Right. Well, that's wonderful, Kim. So I want to thank you so much for being here. But before we go, is there any, last minute advice you want to give to anyone, or inspiration, or just anything you might have not voiced that you wanted to?
Hmm. Well, healing is definitely a process. So just
Hmm.
uh, just be proud of yourself every day.
That's beautiful. So do you feel like, being here and telling your story, has it empowered you?
Absolutely. I feel
Awesome.
even I wrote cards to make a list of things, and it was very helpful just writing it and rewriting it, and
Hmm.
it was very helpful. I did cry a few times, but that's what it's all about.
That's right. That's just part of the healing.
That is.
Oh, I'm so proud of you for stepping outside of your comfort zone. This has just been amazing. Thank you so much for being here, Kim.
Thank you, because
And
this is great practice. I'm glad I started a half hour before the show because I had lighting issues and
oh,
all kinds of stuff. And then the clouds came in and my backdrop was icky, and I'm like, oh no.
well,
So
everything turned out great though.
yay!
Yeah. Well, maybe you can come back on again, in the future.
I would love that. Thank you so
That's
much for
awesome.
all you do. I love your show.
Oh, thank you very much. You're very welcome. Well, all right. So I guess we will be saying goodbye for now. I hope
All
you'll
right.
tune in for the rest of the show. Thank you so much for being here, Kim. That was just amazing. She stepped outside of her comfort zone and she did it, right? And you can do this too. You can come on here, talk about your journey, and you can own your story. I know that what she has said today is going to inspire someone else, because multiple times, many times while she was speaking, so she would say something and I had the head to body or the head to toe chills, the full body chills. So she's speaking her truth. And that's the important thing. And you can tell when someone is speaking their truth or when they're just, fluffing it. Um, so, kudos to you, Kim, for being here. I'm so proud of you. Next month, March 16th, Heather Hunter is going to be here to own her story. So if you would like to come and, you know, own yours, you can contact me on Facebook, or you can email me at ruthsoltman.com on my website. So let's go back here and say hello to some people. I didn't want to cut in too much and interrupt Kim, but I see quite a few people have hopped on here, and I just want to say hi to everybody. Sarah, Heather, Stony. Hello, Devin. Nice to see you. Carol. So glad you could be here. Joyce, hello. Now, see this comment here from Stony. It says, "This is fantastic. Thank you for sharing it." So, sharing your story is just so amazing. I'm getting all the feels here. Um, Robin, nice to see you. Robin asked if you were writing a book, Kim. I apologize, Robin, that I just saw that. Hello, Terry. So I won't be able to answer that for her. Sarah says, "You have an amazing story, Kim. You've came so far and it's beautiful." Robin says, "We love you, Kim." Hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Uh, Carol loves the tattoo. Uh, Robin says, "To stay confident, Kim, you are amazing." And she loves Drum Circle. Sounds like you're having a great experience out there in Sedona, and you are experiencing all the wonderful spiritual things that Sedona has to offer. So that is, that's like the icing on the cake right there. And hello, Linnell. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for some messages. Um, Sarah wants to know, Kim, if you're hearing this, maybe you could comment. She wants to know if you sell sample sizes or just the regular sizes. Okay, Linnell says, yeah, she has a few sizes, so I guess that got answered. Okay. Hello, Kristen. Hello, Charlotte. Nice to see you, sweetie pie. And Stony says, go, Heather. I think he's ready, Heather, for your story now. Kim, she's back on. She said she loves everybody. Yes, she has different sizes. Hello, Charlotte. Okay, so I have some cards here that I'm going to use tonight. And they're from Kyle Gray. And they're called Angel Prayers. And I've used them once or twice before. But I've been, I don't really want to say playing with them, but getting a feel for them more in this last week. Hello, Richard. So I'm going to go ahead and use those tonight. We'll get some messages here. Yep, I'm looking forward to you coming on next month, Heather. It's going to be a lot of fun. And gosh, it just makes me feel really good to hear you guys come on here and tell your story. It's just amazing. And Sarah was last month. You guys are super duper. So, Kim, I'm going to pull a card for you. What do we have for Kim? And I know a lot of people have popped on since I made the announcements at the beginning of the show. So I just want to remind you that today is the full moon and we are still in that 2222 portal, energy portal, which is going to end on Tuesday. So you want to manifest now. Get your intentions out there. And one of the cards I pulled before the show was about crystal clear intentions. So they want to remind you to be as clear as possible when you put those intentions out there. And don't have any doubt, because you can manifest anything. Okay, Kim. Let's see what we have for you. Okay. Ooh. Unconditional love. It's the Divine Mother. What a beautiful, beautiful picture. And this, the feeling that I get is it's all about unconditional love for yourself, which is, kind of confirmation of the card that I pulled for everyone before the show about loving yourself more. And, I can totally see all the things that you're doing in your life right now that's helping to increase that love that you have for yourself. So they want you to know that, you're on the right track with that, to keep doing it. You're making all of these changes and you're just growing so much. Make sure you keep that heart open to give and receive love, not only from other people, but from yourself. Well, I hope that resonates with you, Kim. Sarah. Oh, Sarah. Look at that. I got the same card for you. The other time it stuck out. This time it completely flipped over. So again, it's all about loving ourselves unconditionally. And the more that you heal, the more that you raise your vibration, the more you are going to love yourself. Sometimes, people have to get to a place where they feel they can, because a lot of times, we've been programmed that, to love yourself is conceit,ful or, selfish, but it's not. We have to have that love for ourselves. We have to fill ourselves with love and compassion. We cannot expect that from other people. We have to give that to ourselves first. How can you give it away, to someone else if you don't have it yourself, right? I certainly can't give you something if I don't have it to give you. So, it's all going to be about increasing the love that you have for yourself. and realizing that you are worthy of that love. Because a lot of times we feel like we aren't. Not because we think we're terrible people, but it's the way we've been conditioned to believe and to think. But you know what? A lot of that is changing now, and it's changing very, very quickly. Okay, Heather. Ooh, Heather. Ooh. Well, Heather too popped over or turned over for you. The miracle of nature and inner power, which is the divine father. And this miracle of nature is talking about reconnecting with nature, spending time in nature. Even though sometimes it might be really cold out, it's still important to connect with nature. It doesn't have to be for a long period of time, but just a little bit even. And the divine father is co-creating your world with you. He is there to assist you. You are setting out the intentions, and he is there to help you, to help propel you, into setting your intentions, to help propel you into manifesting those intentions. So just make sure that you are setting out crystal clear intentions, because they are coming your way. Okay, Stony. Manifesting miracles. Stony, this is Archangel Orion. And he is assisting you in manifesting miracles in your life. And this is the best, right? This is a great time to manifest. So get those intentions out there. Know that, the angels are all right there with you, helping you. But you have to set forth the intention first. Devin. I've noticed that a lot of messages tonight have been about manifesting or intentions. Oh, Devin, you got the same one. Manifesting miracles. Archangel Orion is helping you with this, helping you to manifest different things in your life that you want to come to you. So be very crystal clear again with your intentions. Because when we're manifesting, we want to make sure we manifest what we want and not what we don't want. Because, a lot of times that's how we talk, just in everyday life. We don't say, oh, I want this or I want that. Oh, I don't want this, or I don't want it to happen that way. And then you put so much energy into that it comes to you that way. So you want to be very clear. That's why it's important to have very crystal clear intentions. Carol. Well, it's so nice to see you here, Carol. Ooh. Leap of faith, Carol. Leap of faith. I like that picture. It says, I am ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. So this is the right time, Carol. This is the right time. It's, everything's in divine timing, but this is the time for you. So whatever it is you're thinking about doing or wanting to do, this is the time to take that giant leap forward. The angels are with you, and they are helping you every step of the way. Joyce. Hello, Joyce. Well, I'm glad that you didn't have any problems getting on here tonight. That's wonderful. Joyce. Oh, express your creativity, Joyce. Thank you, angels, for helping me to express my inner creator. And I feel like one of the ways that you best express your creativity is through writing. So if you are journaling or you're not journaling, you need to be journaling. Keep track of your dreams. Keep track of any ideas or thoughts that are coming to you that aren't from you, but are coming through you. It's very important to write those down. And sometimes if we have a hard time getting our creativity flowing, and I know this works for me too. Get a kid's coloring book, or it could be an adult one. Now they make those now, and crayons or colored pencils, and color a picture. I don't know what it does, but it flips some kind of switch to really sparking your creativity. Because anytime I'm feeling like, I want to, with my crafts and stuff, I want to come up with something different and I'm not feeling very creative, I'll get out the coloring book from one of the kids and start coloring. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 I'm just like, oh, I want to go make all this different stuff now. It's very inspiring. So, if that helps you, Joyce, wonderful. But you do need to be writing. Linnell, Miss Linnell. Okay. See what we have for Linnell. Well, Linnell 2 turned over for you. Inner power, the Divine Father, who is assisting you in making changes in your life, in moving forward. And they're wanting to remind you to shine your light. Not that you need a reminder. Your light is very bright. And it's wonderful that you share it and shine it for so many people. Because you know what? Just like Kim said, you were like that what are they called? They have like the light tower. I'm not sure. I can't remember what they're called. The big light tower with the light shining for the boats. That's you. And Kim was one that saw it, and she was drawn right to you because she talked just a little while ago about how much you have helped her. So that's what happens when you shine your light. Other people see it and they're instantly attracted. They want to know. Maybe they don't come out and say it, but they want to know on some level, wow, why is she so happy? Why does her energy feel so good? And then that creates change in them. So way to go, Linnell. Keep on doing it. And Robin. Robin says, hello, beautiful souls. Hello, beautiful Robin. Ooh, Robin, let's see what we got for you. Ooh, study and learning. Study and learning. And it says, thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. And we do learn something new every day, don't we? As long as we have our eyes open and our minds open. But, and I know with the work that you do, Robin, you're always learning something new, maybe not in this world, but from the spirit world. And then you bring those experiences to help other people. I hope that resonates with you, Robin. Terry. Let's see what we have for Terry. Okay. I like your comment, Sarah, about Kim having an amazing story and that she's come so far. It's beautiful and it's so true. And we all have an amazing story. Okay. We all do. And, when you look at it, like when you do like a life review, and you look at your life and, where you were, like say 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you probably wouldn't even recognize yourself, but you look at where you are now and you can see how much you've changed. And it's so beautiful. But because it happens to you, you don't feel like it's something that other people really care to hear about. But that's not true because we all have a lot of similar experiences and we all handle them in different ways. So telling your story does help and inspire someone else. And Terry, you also got the inner power card. The Divine Father is helping you speak your truth more. Stand up for what you believe and for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. Stand firm in your own authentic self and your authentic truth. I hope that resonates with you, Terry. Carol. Okay, if I missed, okay, as I'm going down the line here, there's a couple more left, I believe. But if I miss someone, I apologize and just let me know. Okay, so I think I got everybody except I don't think I got Devin. Oh, I did get Devin. Okay, Kristen. What do we have for Kristen? Ooh. The inner voice. You feel somebody whispering in your ear, Kristen? It says, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. You have wonderful intuition. And, just always follow that. That's your inner voice, your inner guidance system, your GPS system of your soul. So just always follow that, because it will never steer you wrong. Now, some people feel it as a feeling. Some people have it as a knowing sense. Some people actually hear it audibly, and other people will see it. So however it guides you, that's just what you need to follow. Our intuition doesn't always tell us, what we necessarily want to hear or want to do. But if you follow it, it will always lead you where you need to be. Richard Riddle. Okay, Richard. Synchronicity. Oh, I like that photo. And this is all about, how things happen, how well-timed things are. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. And, we see signs where we're being guided. We are led by, we might sometimes even get that a visual ourselves, something will just flash in your head. Or maybe you'll see a sign somewhere when you're out, a billboard or something. And when you see it, that's exactly for you. And as all these different things happen, that you'll think to yourself, wow, that's a coincidence. Mm-mm. They're synchronicities. They're meant to happen to lead you to a certain place. So I hope that message resonates with you, Richard. Okay. I believe Richard was the last one. So if I missed anybody, oh, wow, that is awesome. Stoney said, you have no idea what a bullseye that is. That is awesome. Awesome. Hello, Kavita. I would love to give you a card. Let's see what we have for you. Oh, look at that. Robin says, wow, Kim, I was told by the spirits that your books will be great. Well, there you go. And Joyce says, yeah, spot on. Thank you. I have an adult coloring book I haven't used yet. There you go. How cool is that? What do we have for Kavita? Clear your vibes. It's Archangel Metatron. And this says, thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. So I feel like you have a little bit of stagnant energy around you, Kavita. And you need to do something to break that up. Sometimes just moving around a little bit, sometimes changing the appearance of where your furniture is. That can help to move around some energy. Sing, dance around your kitchen. That will all help to break up that stagnant energy. So I hope that resonates with you, Kavita. Oh, you're welcome, Carol. You are so welcome. Okay. Well, I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone here because we are out of time. All right. You guys are also welcome. So so I did mention earlier that in 2 weeks, Laura Romero is going to be my special guest, and she is going to have some beautiful messages from the angels for us. And then on the 16th, Heather Hunter is going to be here, taking that giant leap outside of her comfort zone to talk to us and tell us about her story and own that story and empower herself. So thank you all so much for being here. I will see you next week. I love you all. Good night.
Share your appreciation to our show hosts by submitting a testimonial for your favorite Goldylocks Productions show.